Hi all, Loz D, Punch Out TV. Hope you're well out there on this Sunday afternoon. I really do. I quickly want to talk about. I saw this article come up, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and I've been meaning to make a video on it, but I just didn't get round to doing it. But it's talking about Alexander Povetkin, the Russian boxer who's retired in 2000. When did he retire? I think it was 2022 or 2021, whatever. Povetkin's now retired, but Povetkin uh, has had 10 years worth of results, or he's about to get 10 years worth of results wiped off his records because of popping for estrogen. Now, Povetkin popped, it says here, Dillian Whyte to have, and this is why I want to talk about Dillian Whyte as well. Dillian Whyte to have knockout loss overturned as rival has 10 years worth of results wiped for failed drug tests. And obviously we know they had two fights, Povetkin and Dillian Whyte. And Povetkin knocked Dillian Whyte out on Eddie Hearn's back garden during the COVID lockdown. I can't remember when it was, a couple of years ago. But it says here, the 45-year-old who retired in 2021 tested for estrogen in 2016, received a 1-year ban. I think that was when he was due to fight Deontay Wilder. But a 1-year ban. He also had several lucrative fights against Anthony Joshua, which he lost. He knocked out Dillian Whyte in the first fight, lost in the second fight, and he knocked out David Price, the bronze plumber. But I find it interesting and how they've done this, that it dates back as the reason why the banning, taking the 10 years worth of results off Povetkin's resume is because they also, it says here, however, further investigation, this is from a Russian-based drug testing commission, the ITA testing agency, the international testing agency is doping in Russian sports. They also, however, the further investigation into the systematic doping in Russian sports by the International Test Agency uncovered that Povetkin had also tested positive for estrogen back in 2014. As a result, has been slapped for a 4-year period. Slapped with a 4-year period, while a decade's worth. So they banned him for 4 years, even though he's retired. And also, while a decade's worth of wins will be scrapped from his opponent's records. That's crazy, that. Because you go back to 2018, Dillian Whyte against Oscar Rivas, Pop Dirty. Where was the B sample? The B sample, he tested positive for PEDs on the A sample. The B sample never showed up. Still to this day, Dillian Whyte's B sample never showed up. 2000 and was it 22, 23? He popped dirty against Anthony Joshua. 22, I think. He popped dirty in the build up to the rematch with Anthony Joshua. Where's that B sample? Never shown up. I saw an interview with Dillian Whyte yesterday on Box Nation where they were talking to him about obviously Derek's fight coming up, and they were saying that he's got a big announcement in the next 2 days. So obviously he's going to be fighting someone, a big name or someone, in the next 2 days. Now, I think that's disgusting. Not just Dillian Whyte, but Povetkin. I mean, how can you take away 10 years worth of records and other fighters have their losses overturned because you're a drugs cheat? Yeah, I get that. But why has it not happened to other ones? Now, I know it's got nothing to do with Dillian White. Those cases separate, but I just think in boxing, that what gets me mad. That Dillian White is a prolific drugs cheat, and that's a fact. He's popped once in K1, and he's popped 3 times in boxing. But although I know of, it's 2. The Oscar Rivas fight, he popped dirty for that, and he popped dirty on the build-up to the Anthony Joshua fight back in 2022. Why is Dillian White getting his result overturned when Povetkin knocked him out? And Povetkin popped dirty years before he fought Dillian White. Like I say, it's got nothing to do with Dillian White and all stuff like that, but I just think it's absurd that whoever is allowed to take away these 10 years worth of results for Povetkin for being a dirty fighter, then it should happen to all fighters. It should happen to all fighters, whether you've retired or not. It should happen to all fighters. Dillian White, that means Oscar Rivas should have his loss overturned against Dillian White. What about Joseph Parker? He should have his loss overturned because Dillian White is a prolific drugs cheat, and that's a fact. He's never proved his innocence against Oscar Rivas, ever. Never. And neither did he against Anthony Joshua. Whether it's taking ostrogene, whether it's taking mastodon, or I can't even say the frigging word properly, masteron, or anything, any kind of test, any substance, whether it be a band, protein powders, any supplements, whatever. If you're going to start taking 10 years worth of results away from fighters who have popped dirty, then it should be allowed to be done to all other fighters. They shouldn't be allowed just one singled out, whether it's through the Russian government or whatever. I don't know whoever's in charge of, Russian sports, but it shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed to just take 10 years worth of results from one guy, but or set an example. If you do it to Povetkin, then start doing it to other fighters who pop dirty. But this is what boxing is. It's bullshit. Because you've got fucking fighters out there who are popping dirty and getting away with it. Popping dirty left, right and centre and getting away with it. Blatant blackmail or brown envelopes in people's pockets, back pockets. If your face fits, it fits. If it doesn't, you get hammered for it. That McCann, he's a drugs cheat. What's going on with him? That Dennis McCann. Ryan Garcia popped dirty. What's happened to him? People are popping all over the show. But you're going to take away 10 years from Povetkin's records because he popped twice, but no one else. If they do that to Povetkin, like I say, they should do it to all drugs cheats, to all fighters. Set an example. But if Dillian White gets that result overturned, that loss to Povetkin, then Oscar Rivas should get his result overturned, and so should Joseph Parker and other fighters like that. Because, like I say, Dillian White is a proven drugs cheat. You don't pop 3 times in boxing and once in K1 and tell me that the guy's not a drugs cheat and then never prove anything. His last 2 times he's popped, not proved absolutely nothing, not one bit of shred of evidence as Dillian White. Dillian White proved any innocence or any evidence that he was not guilty. Anyway, let me know what you think. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.